Hi, my name is Karen Rutger, and for over 25 years I have been helping people save successfully for their future. In my practice, I get a lot of questions from people asking about Roths. How do they work? What's the advantages of them? Where do I get one? So today, by watching this program, you're going to learn the answers to these questions. What is a Roth and how does it work? Really, the easiest way to think of a Roth is to think of it as a savings account. It's a type of a savings account. You put money into this account, you get to choose how it's invested, and the money is going to accumulate in this account over time. The difference between a Roth and a regular savings account is that in a regular savings account, your growth is taxed each year by the government. In a Roth, what happens is that the growth of the money that you put into the account accumulates tax-free, free from taxes. That is the biggest advantage of the Roth and the beauty of the Roth account. Let me tell you a little bit more about what I mean. If we were to look at a Roth and the growth in a Roth, let's suppose that you just put $5,000 into a Roth account and it grew to be $15,000 by the time you turned 60. If you were to withdraw the entire $15,000 at that time, the entire growth of that money, $10,000 growth, would be tax-free. So the entire $15,000 is taken without taxable event. Just as with every plan that the government comes up with, there's rules to these plans. And one of the rules on a Roth is that in order to get this tax-free accumulation, you have to hold the account at least 5 years or until you're 59 and a half in order to get the tax-free accumulation. If you take it out prior to that time, then the growth is not tax-free and you might have a penalty. We'll talk more about that in a bit. How do you get a Roth account? Well, there's really two ways you can get a Roth account. One way is through a Roth IRA. An IRA stands for Individual Retirement Account. And you can get one from a variety of financial institutions, mutual funds, and advisors. The second way you can get a Roth is through your employer. Your 401k plan or 403b plan may offer a Roth option. Ask your employer because not every employer offers a Roth option. The next thing we're going to talk about is how much you can contribute to a Roth IRA account. Every year, the government sets limits as to how much you can contribute to these plans. For this current tax year, you can contribute up to $5,500 if you're under age 50 and up to $6,500 if you're 50 or older. To participate, to be able to contribute to a Roth IRA plan, you have to meet certain income requirements dictated by the IRS. These income requirements are listed on the IRS website each year and regularly available to you. For example, if you are single and earn less than $131,000 adjusted gross income, you may qualify to put that contribution into a Roth. If you earn more than that, then you cannot contribute to a Roth. You might, however, still be able to contribute to a Roth 401k or a 403b because they don't have the income requirements of a Roth IRA. So check with your employer on that. If you are married, the income test is a little higher. So if you're married and you make more than $193,000 a year in this calendar year, then you're not eligible for a Roth. If you make less than $193,000, then you would be eligible to make that Roth contribution. But again, these income requirements do not apply to a Roth 401k or a Roth 403b program. A key question that you want to ask yourself when you sign up for a Roth is, when can I withdraw money from the account? This is a key question to ask your advisor or the provider that you're looking to invest with. Again, we get back to those government rules, and as I mentioned these earlier, in order to be able to withdraw the money without any tax impact, you have had to hold the account the greater of 5 years or until you're age 59 and a half. Most plans, however, allow you to access your deposits at any time. That means if you put $5,000 in, you're allowed to get your $5,000 deposits out at any time. It's just the growth of the money that you may have a restriction on. But again, check with your provider. But one of the key benefits to a younger person in choosing a Roth is this flexibility in having access to the deposits in your account. It's not as restrictive as other kinds of retirement accounts. A good question that a lot of my clients ask me is, can I have both a Roth IRA and be in my employer's 401k plan? And this is a great question to ask because a lot of employers provide a match in their 401k plan, and you do not want to miss out on that match. So you always want to participate in that 401k plan till the full extent of the match, if not more than the match. In addition, if you meet those income tests I described earlier, you are allowed to participate in both a Roth IRA and your employer's 401k or 403b or 457b program. So you're allowed to put both. You're allowed to contribute both. You're allowed to put the full maximum into both programs. Most people want to know which is better, the Roth or a 401k. In order to understand that question, we need to step back and talk about how Roth differs from a 401k to a traditional IRA or a 401k account. Basically, remember that in a traditional IRA or in most employers' 401k or 403b or 457b plans, the contributions that you make to those programs are before taxes. That means that they reduce your pay for federal and state income tax purposes. For many people, that gives you a better tax deduction now, today. The growth of the money, though, in a 401k and a traditional IRA is deferred into a point later in the future when you withdraw that money. When you ultimately withdraw the money, then the money is taxed to you as you withdraw it. In a Roth, the contributions that you put in are with after-tax dollars. You don't get the benefit of a tax deduction today. You get the tax savings in the future. The main advantage of these programs is to save money for your future, for your retirement. So if you were to use a traditional IRA or a 401k until retirement age, the thinking is that you're putting the money in now, today, while you're working in a presumably higher tax bracket, and that you will take the monies out at retirement when you're not working and theoretically in a lower tax bracket. That's the thinking behind how these plans work. Which one is better for you? Well, that's a good question. Which one is better for you? It really depends on your tax situation. If you expect that your tax rate will be higher in the future, then a Roth is probably a better choice for you. If you think that your tax rate is going to be lower in the future, then a traditional account would be a better approach for you. But because everyone's tax situation is different and circumstances can be unique, a tax preparer is really the best person to ask about your specific tax situation. Once you've decided on the Roth, how are you going to enroll in the plan? One, you're going to obtain the enrollment materials from your provider of choice. You're going to review them and make sure that you have adequately answered all of your questions. Through your employer, you have access to a payroll deduction IRA program. An enrollment packet describing this plan is available by contacting me or by contacting Human Resources. The attractiveness of the payroll deduction product is that it offers you a no-load investment choice and a no surrender fee arrangement. What I mean by that is that the mutual funds available in the plan are no load. There's no charge for you to buy them, and there's no charge for you to sell them. If you decide you ultimately want to cancel the account and take the money and move it to another Roth IRA, there's no fee to liquidate the account. Before deciding to enroll in the plan, I want to make sure that you review the packet and that you understand the answers to these 4 key questions. How often will you receive account statements? This plan provides quarterly account statements and online access to your account at any time. How often can you manage the investments in your account? You can manage the investments in the account at any time. You can make transfers and changes among the investment options, with the only restrictions being whatever the fund dictates. What are the account fees? This particular payroll deduction plan has no annual account fee associated with it. And lastly, is there a surrender fee if you withdraw your monies from the plan? This plan features no surrender fee to withdraw your money and move it to another plan, or a surrender fee for withdrawing the monies and putting it cash in your pocket. How do you choose your Roth allocation? This is really a very unique question to ask yourself. How you're going to choose to invest your monies in the plan are going to depend on your attitude towards risk, your financial objectives, as well as how long you have until you ultimately will want to receive this money or retirement age. A financial advisor, such as myself, can help you with determining an appropriate asset allocation for this plan. You can feel free to contact me and I can assist you on an individual basis. How do you enroll in the plan? Number one, you want to make sure you've gotten that enrollment packet, that you've reviewed it, and that you have gotten your questions answered. Step two, you're going to complete an enrollment application. And in that enrollment application, you're going to indicate how you want to invest your monies among the investment options available in the plan. If you need help with this step, please feel free to contact me. The other item that you're going to need to decide in the enrollment process is whether you want to make a contribution every pay period and how much that you want it to be. You can change that deduction at any time. You can also write a check as opposed to doing a payroll deduction, whatever you're more comfortable with. And then lastly, step three, you're going to submit that form either to me or to Human Resources. I would like to congratulate you on taking the time to learn more about Roth accounts. Saving in any type of savings plan helps ensure a healthier future for you and your family. If you have any questions on any component of this program, please feel free to contact me at the phone number on the slide or by contacting me through my website. Have a great day.